Welcome to this week's WWE Raw Recap show brought to you by RP2 Division. Now here is your host, Ronald Ray.
Hello, ma'ams and sirs. Thank you for tuning in to this week's WWE Raw Recap show brought to you by RP2 Vision. I'm your host, Ronald Ray, your boy with a cornbread accent. This week's Raw takes place at the Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And we keep building up to the big show, the new granddaddy of them all. Back in my day, the granddaddy of them all was Starcade, but I guess we should call it the grandmother of them all, WrestleMania. Anyway, sorry I digress. But before we get to what happened on Raw this week, let me take this time to ask those of you who are not subscribed yet to take your mouse gimmick, tap the subscribe button, and I always been forgetting since day one, I believe. When you hit the subscribe button, don't forget to hit the notification bell as well so you'll be notified about when my videos pop up. Now all that stuff's out of the way, let's let her rip. Now, was this a match to actually start off a Raw, not a 30-minute promo? Oh, my bad. Gosh, those teasers. Jimmy Uso had a few things he wanted to say. One thing he wanted to let people know that, hey, family do fight together sometimes. Um, so there's no really any kind of cracks in the foundation of the bloodline. He also stated that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn thought they was going to get one over on the bloodline and failed. He would also state that come WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes will also fail. We got a good Cody Rhodes chant. Jimmy had some more he wanted to say, but the Street Profits music hits. They came down to the ring, cracked a few jokes, and it did lead to finally this little promo didn't last too long. It kind of went by. This was actually going to be the match. Uh, Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa against the Street Profits. Ford and Dawkins would strike first, causing Jimmy and Solo to regroup. The bell rings and it's Angelo Dawkins starting out against Jimmy Uso. A little back and forth, but Jimmy Uso will avoid a spinning stinger splash, giving the Bloodline the advantage. Angelo will fight back, tag in Montez Ford. They hit a couple of double team moves, hit a sweet looking rock and roll express style double drop kick on Solo Sikoa. Uh, but the Bloodline would get the advantage again and work over Dawkins some more. We get another commercial, and by the way, isn't the Chrisleys in prison or something like that now? Shouldn't the reality show be in their cell blocks? Uh, just kidding. I guess they recorded episodes before the verdict was read and didn't totally cancel them out. Anyway, double tag. Looks like Montez Ford hit the comeback button on Jimmy Uso. Solo will hit the blind tag. Ford tags in Dawkins. Looked like they were going for that blockbuster electric chair move, which looks pretty sweet, but Sikoa would push Montez Ford off the top rope, hits a super kick, then the Samoa spike on Angelo Dawkins. That would give the Bloodline the victory. Actually, the crowd popped pretty good when the Bloodline got the victory here. In the aftermath, Bloodline just keeps putting a whooping on the Profits until Kevin Owens slides in the ring, gives Solo a super kick, stunner on Jimmy Uso. Solo did not like that one bit, and looks like we'll probably have a future, probably next week, I think they said it was. Match between Solo Sikoa and Kevin Owens. Should be a good one. Next up is the MVP VIP Lounge. Brock Lesnar, who is the guest, says, hey, I'll just arrive before the host does. MVP was a little hesitant to come to the ring with Brock in there. Can't say that I blame him since he called him a coward last week. Brock tells the MVP, he said, look, no beef with you. Just tell me on this fight with Omos, excuse me. MVP does a good job, so it's set up now. Omos versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. And MVPs want to celebrate. Let's crack open a bottle of champagne. Brock Lesnar's like, hey man, I'm a farmer. I grow my own stuff and I make my own stuff. I make the good stuff. MVP's like, what is it? Lesnar's like, it's White Lightning. Apparently, the Mission crowd knows what White Lightning is. Uh, MVP proves that he can handle the shine and spits it right in Lesnar's face. And I couldn't quite make out what the fans were yelling at MVP. It's like you, then blur, then up. You blank up. So yeah, hit me up in the comments on what they said. Just kidding, I know what they said. You can say that on TBS, I guess, but not on USA. Anyway, Brock Lesnar will clean himself off and give MVP an F5. So yes, it's official. Omos, Lesnar, WrestleMania. Next, we have a good little match between Cody Rhodes and Chad Gable. They start off with some good chain wrestling. Their amateur background is well documented. Cody being a Georgia high school wrestling champion, and Chad Gable being an Olympian. Um, like I said, they start off with some good chain wrestling. Then Chad Gable thought he was going to use his fist, but Cody was left standing in the ring after an inverted superplex. We get back from commercial and we see Gable working on the leg, getting the upper hand for a little bit. Cody would fight back. Otis would get himself distracted, looking for a pretty girl in the crowd. I think Cody was messing with him a little bit and said, hey, look, there she is. Uh, Otis didn't like being fooled and went after him, but Cody avoided that situation. They got back in the ring, crossroads. After a Cody cutter would give Cody Rhodes the victory. After that, Cody Rhodes said, hey, Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, you going to be on SmackDown? I'll be on SmackDown this week as well. A couple of little backstage things happen. Byron Saxton cuts off Baron Corbin to talk to Kevin Owens. New Day talk WrestleMania business. They also set up another match with, this was later on for next week. It's going to be Finn Balor against Gargano. But yeah, poor Baron Corbin can't get a break. Next up, we'll have Asuka versus Carmella. Carmella did pretty good in this match. She had control for a good portion of the match, but Asuka would fight back, slap on the Asuka armbar, forcing the tap out on Carmella. Then Asuka would call out Bianca Belair. Belair came out and said, look, I don't understand what you're saying, but it better be how we're going to tear the house down come WrestleMania. And Carmella would hit Asuka from behind, causing her and Bianca Belair to collide. And it looks like it's going to be set next week on Raw, Carmella versus Bianca Belair. So good little setup here for, next week's Raw, and a little more build up for the Asuka Bianca Belair match come WrestleMania. Next up will be Piper Niven against Candice LeRae. Nikki Cross would make her way into Candice's corner, but Piper would put a whooping on little Miss Candice LeRae. They actually spilled out to a 4. Piper lost a little bit of focus. She slung Nikki Cross into the barricade. They got back in the ring. Piper looked out at Nikki Cross, which gave Candice LeRae enough time to sneak up, hit the schoolgirl roll up for the 3 count. And Candice LeRae would actually get I guess this would be considered a upset win. Yeah, I don't know if fans were actually feeling this match or time was getting be a factor in wearing them out. But nevertheless, LeRae with a victory. Next, we have Miz TV, and The Miz announces that he will be the host of WrestleMania to the dismay of the crowd. Yeah, I guess they could have got somebody, but who? Uh, Miz better talker than Red. He's not bad in the ring, but uh, the Miz's bread and butter is behind that mic. Seth Rollins will come out and he would tell the Miz that he wants to talk to Logan Paul since the Miz has him on his cell phone. Miz refuses. He's a super kick. Uh, Seth would notice that Miz's phone is laying in the ground, or laying in the ring, so he picked it up. Pace calls Logan, sets up a face-to-face meeting with Logan Paul for next week's Raw. Imagine to be set up for their WrestleMania match. Okay, that deal was done, so was nothing left to do but give the Miz another curb stomp. So poor Miz can't really catch a break either. He gets super kicked, curb stomp at least once a week now. Oh, speaking of people who just can't catch a break, poor Elias. He actually asked for this match against Bobby Lashley. But yeah, Elias is not fair well since the suspension of Matt Riddle. Lashley would just put a whooping on Elias, slats on the hurt lock for the submission win. After that, Ray Wyatt decides to mess with Bobby Lashley a little bit on the Titantron, shows a video of, I guess, Mr. Muscle Man. I can't remember the song that was playing, but gotta hand it to him. It was pretty entertaining. And we have another, not a long match, decent little match with Otis versus Johnny Gargano. Um, Otis had things going his way for a while, then actually spilled out of the ring, and man, Otis gets distracted by women pretty easily, and the models they trying to get involved, but Dexter Loomis cut them off. Gargano actually went with his tornado DDT, which puts him in strong for his match against Finn Balor next week, which I think that could be definitely a show stealer. Now it's time for the main event for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. The champions, Damage Control, Io Sky and Dakota Kai, against the Hall of Famer Lita and Becky Lynch. Lita looked like she had a little bit of ring rust, but I'm pretty sure she'll won't take long for her to shake it off. The challengers had momentum going their way. A couple little cool little tag team moves here. They hit the Poetry of Motion, in which Grace said it was vintage Lita, which was actually vintage Hardy Boys Team Extreme, but I guess they can't mention the Hardy Boys since the Hardy Boys don't work for them no more. And Jeff is can't drive for like 10 years now, so hopefully he gets this stuff straightened out. And it looked like Becky Lynch was about to put this match away. She had the disarmer on Dakota Kai until Io Sky came in and kicked her right in the mush. The heat was on Becky Lynch. Damage Control kept on putting a whooping on her. And it looked like Becky made a little comeback here, looking for that hot tag on Lita, but Bayley would get involved, pulling Lita down off the apron, and that would cue in the music. Out comes out Trish Stratus. She takes care of Bayley. Some more back and forth. Io Sky will miss a moonsault. Lita will climb the ropes. Bayley tries to interfere again. Stratus shanks her down. Nails the chick kick. Kai will get cut off by Becky Lynch. And we've been put back in the disarmer right there on the apron. Lita will finally nail the moonsault or the Lita salt. 1, 2, 3. New WWE Tag Team Women's Tag Team Champions, Lita and Becky Lynch. Now, of course, this would conclude our show. We have so far pretty good some more build up for WrestleMania, and some things going on next week. John Gargano would go against Finn Balor. Um Earlier in the show, Finn Balor actually challenged Edge for a match at WrestleMania. So I'm pretty sure Edge will make an appearance next week to answer Finn's challenge. Also, John Cena will make an appearance since they will be in Boston. I guess this is where they start building up him against Austin Theory because Austin Theory said, hey, he's going to be there and pay his respects to John Cena. I did like the pacing of the show. Not a lot of talk, just get right down to it. The matches weren't that long. They all served their purpose, so not too much complaining about this show. Of course, except for the 3 hour thing. Uh, Other than that, man, hope you folks enjoy. Again, if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. If you want to follow me on social media, it's Ronald Ray on Facebook. On Twitter, it's RPAT. Let me correct myself. On Twitter, it's RRPAT, RPTV 46. I think I have what do you call that, TikTok, and it's at RP2 Vision. Other than that, you folks take it easy. Catch y'all next week, and you have a good one.
We here at RP Tube Vision would like to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Also check out friends of the show Ecolife and Natural for home-crafted candles, hand cloth, and other home and personal goods. Look them up on Facebook. Link will be available below the video. That is Ecolife and Natural.